Hello student, I will continue with the chapter South America. So I will explain the climate of the South America in this video also. In the last video I have explained about the latitudinal extent, elevation of the land and the shape of the continent. So now we will see that how the distance from the sea also influence the climate of the South America. So you can see this is the map of the South America. So you can see that the almost the total portion of the South America is surrounded by the ocean bodies. In the east we have the Atlantic Ocean, in the west we have the Pacific Ocean. So in the north we have a portion means in the section we have the North Atlantic Ocean portion. Okay, so the interior of the border of the northern parts receives less oceanic influences. Why it receives the less oceanic influences? Because in the northern section of the South America, this portion is very much wider. Because this portion is very much wider, so the oceanic influence that are coming, means ocean influence always comes, it is obvious that it will come from the ocean portion. So the oceanic influence that are coming over this section as not being able to reach the interior portion of the continent. So as a result of that, uh, it receives the less oceanic influences in comparison to the southern section. The southern section is more or less tapering, and you can see that the oceanic influence can easily reach to the entire portion of the southern section of the continent. So because of the longer distance from the sea, the influence or the oceanic influences are not being able to reach this portion of the or interior portions of the South America. The next point is the ocean currents. So there are two types of the ocean currents that we get in this South America portion. Number one is the cold Humboldt or the Peruvian current. So the cold Humboldt Peruvian current which flows from this Pacific or flows along the Pacific coast, along the western coast, whereby because this current flows or get created in the or forms in the Pacific Ocean, so it flows along the western coast where the Pacific Ocean is sharing its boundary with the South America, making this shore very much cold and the dry. Whereas there is a current named as the Brazilian currents flows through this portion of the Atlantic Ocean. So the Brazilian current is actually a warm current that comes from the Atlantic Ocean in the east coast of the east coast of the South America, and it favors the rainfall in this portion. The next factor is the position of the mountain. The position of the mountain also influences at a greater rate the climate of any region of any country. So you can see that the Andes mountain is the most important mountain system that is present, or mountain chain that is present in the South America. You can see it rises, it starts from this extreme northern tip of the South America, and it extends up to this almost up to the southern tip of the South America. So the Andes mountain systems runs along entire the western coastline from the north to the east, from north to the south, or and modifies the climate over here. Its magnitudinal height not only reduces, magnitudinal means the highest high points that are present, or the highest peak that are present in this Andes, not only reduces the temperature, but they also form as a climatic barrier also. The Pacific Ocean oceanic influence does not able to reach the eastern side of this. For this, the rain shadow region has developed in the eastern slope of the Andes mountain chain. The next point is the prevailing wind. So there is a wind named as the southwest trade winds that brings rainfall to the coastal parts of this tropical region. So tropical region means up to this Tropic of Cancer. So this total extent gets the rainfall from this southeast trade wind, but it does not give rain to the western coast or this portion of the South America due to its geographic barrier. Means this Andes mountain is present over here, which do not allows the southwest trade wind to cross it and give rainfalls to the western section. So the Atacama Desert, which is present over here, you can see the Atacama Desert in the map. So the Atacama Desert has formed on the western part that lie in the rain-shadow area of the Andes. So the westerly brings rain over here between 30 to 40 degrees south. Between this latitude, the westerlies blow and the westerly gives rainfall to this portion during the winter months. The next and the last point is the rainfall. Rainfall is another constituent or the main one of the important factor of the climate. The rainfall distribution in this continent is vary from place to place, and it causes climatic variations also. Now let us see about the temperature conditions. So generally during the month of the July, the temperature remains high, about 26.6 degrees Celsius nearby regions of the equator. So this is the equator and there's the nearby regions of the equator. So over here the temperature remains more or less around 26 degrees Celsius during the time of the July. But beyond this Tropic of Capricorn, so you can see the Tropic of Capricorn in this map. So beyond the regions which are lying beyond the Tropic of Capricorn, over here the temperature is considerably low as 15.5 degrees Celsius, and because of the tapering shape of the continent and the better oceanic influence. During this period, it is winter in the south of the equator. Means during this time of the period, it is winter in this southern section of the equator because it lies in the southern hemisphere. So January temperature is moderately high all over because it is summer in the southern continents, and the broad eastern parts that in between the equator and the Tropic of Capricorn, this broad eastern part, over here the temperature is recorded as much as 26 degrees Celsius, but in the southern part over here the temperature is recorded to more or less 21.1 degrees Celsius. Next is the rainfall conditions. The eastern coastal parts receives heavy rainfall from the northeast and the southeast trade winds. The equatorial parts received the convectional rainfall, and the Amazon regions have a heavy rainfall, but the rainfall is moderately low in the Brazilian highland region. In this region it is moderately low, and the Guiana highland region also, and some adjoining region in the central Chile and the central so you can see this is actually the Chile portion. So the regions that are located between central Chile and the southern Chile get some rainfalls from the westerly effects and the west wind, and the rain shadow region of the Andes is in the southern part of the west coast, receives very low rainfall. The desert, that is the Atacama Desert, that is present over here, and the semi desert that is present in the western part where the pampas we generally get, experiences a drought condition, and the snowfall is common in the higher Andes mountain region. Okay, so this is the end of this video. I'll continue with the next of the portion in the next video. Thank you everyone.